Good morning, everybody. Hello. How's everyone doing? I hope you're all well. It is my birthday today. I'm very, very lucky that I got a rather interesting WowStick. So we're going to have a look and we're going to open this up and we're going to have a look and review this for you today. But a little bit of kind of backstory history, if you like. This has been recommended to me by a number of people on my stream, on my Twitch stream. For many, many, many years, we just pushed that one out of the way. For many, many, many years, I have had this, which is a Minicraft transformer. It's got speed there, on-off switch. It's got plugs for 3 tools, and I had a little Minicraft drill, which is great. So on-off switch, on-off switch. Variable speed, a nice. Just take this off. A nice drill chuck, so that you can vary the size of the drill bits which you're going to put in it, or even like dental burrs as well. I've been using dental burrs and engraving bits. It's been absolutely fantastic. It is a little bit large, but it's fine for small drilling on models. But I've had this for about 20 years. This has been superseded now. Technology has moved on. Technology has moved on. And now we have a teeny tiny little box. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at this. We're going to open this up and have a little look at what is inside the awesome, or supposedly awesome, WowStick. So here we go. So it is of Japanese manufacture. I do love the Japanese products, particularly things like tools and things like this. I've got a Japanese saw, Japanese files. They're all absolutely fantastic. So this was a big plus when I found this out anyway. And there are a number of these kind of USB drills on the market, and this is just the one. It's just the one that I wanted, so I added it to my Amazon wish list. I've got a Amazon wish list on Twitch, which I share out, and then I also share it to my family as well for birthdays and Christmas, because apparently I'm really difficult to buy for, which is absolutely fine. But let's have a look at this. Here we go. It's awesome already. What else do we get in here? So WowStick manual, product, aluminium size, drill size. The rated speed is 420 revs per minute. Plus or minus 10%, which is cool. Very nice. Right, let's have a look what we get in the box. What do we get in the box? So we get the drill itself in a little white presentation box, and we also get the drill accessories, the tool accessories, which I'm guessing are going to be some drill bits and a USB lead. So we'll have a quick look at these ones first. Get these bits out of the way. So that's the USB charging cable. That is, that's just going to get torn. This feels like recyclable, disposable paper as well. It feels like that's going to disintegrate. So it's a USB-C, which is great. So it's a tiny little USB-C charging cable, which is good. A short one, which is a little bit awkward, but I've got USB sockets by my desk, so I'll probably just grab a longer USB-C cable. I do have a plan to organise my desk, which will be another video coming soon. And there's some little drill bits. Now the drill bits is an interesting one because, as far as I know, the collet is a set size. You don't get different size collets on this to fit different size drills. So all the drills have to have a set shaft size. So we'll have to make sure that we get any drill replacements or any drills that I get subsequently will have to be this size. Interestingly, I mean, that is quite a. I don't think there's not going to be very many opportunities where I'm going to need to drill larger than that. They look very, very sharp though. They look fantastic. I can already feel the edge on those just by running my finger over them. So they look fantastic straight away. They'll be cool to have a play around with. But those are the 7 drills that you get. Is it 7? 8. You get 8 drills. Are they marked? They are not marked. They don't have a size. No, they don't have a size on them. But there we go. So that's the drill bits. Put those there. So now let's have a quick look. Quick look at the drill. There we go. So the drill itself. Wow, it's a pen drill, a WowStick. So this is the drill itself. Aluminium, really quite nice. That is, I mean, that's always going to be a grinding kind of nails on chalkboard kind of noise anyway. Aluminium on aluminium. But oh wow, okay, that is quite nice. So that's quite smart. So it's got a recess in there which sits on the inside. Snug fit. I can't believe this is so cool. Like the technology to go forward now and have a drill that's this big. So if you take off this chuck here, we should have a collet on the inside. There we go. So there is the collet. Like I say, I don't think there are any differing sizes of collets. It would be useful if you could get a slightly larger collet, but then you would also need a slightly larger chuck on the end as well to allow the drill to come through. So we are a little bit limited by the size of the hole on the end of the drill. I haven't had a look, I must admit I haven't had a look to find out whether there's any WowStick accessories that you can get with maybe a larger collet and a larger chuck on the end. But let's grab one of these. We'll grab a middle one. Put that in there, tighten the chuck down. It's got a little bit of a wobble to it. Now, is that a wobble on the... That might just have been how I've put the drill in. No, can't get that now. Give it a quick clean. There we go. Still got a bit of a wobble to it. Right, have we got any? Should have some. So I've got a little bit of plastic, so we've got some plastic chunk out, and I've also got a little bit of resin as well. This is from the Easterling kit, so this is some Forge World resin. So we're just going to do a little bit of a drill test, see how this gets on. That's so cool. That has some torque to it. Not even a slight bit of problem. Yeah, that's cool. All right, let's try the plastic as well. It's a shame that's not on off, because if it was an on off, you wouldn't have to keep your finger down on it. But that's fine. That's so cool. It has got a little bit of wobble. I might try one of the other drills. I don't know whether it's the... Let's try a smaller one. I don't know whether it's the collet that's wobbling or the drill. I would imagine it's the collet. Yeah. Might have to see if I can just straighten the collet up. I'm pushing really hard as well. That is not struggling at all. Fantastic. So the wobble's not an issue once you're drilling. So like if I want to make sure, let's put a mark on here. There we go. So let's see if we can grab right in the center of that little. We've got a cross there. So we're going to go straight in the center, see how accurate we can get this hole. There we go, bang in the middle. So it doesn't, the wobble doesn't affect where you're drilling. It's just that as you start drilling, the handle kind of wobbles around the drill a little bit. But I'm guessing I will kind of come back and have a look at that. I'm guessing it's just how the collet is seated inside the chuck. So it might be a little bit of alignment, which I'm going to have a look at. But that's that's awesome. Look how clean the cut is as well. I mean, the cleanliness of the cut is down to the drill bit. Drill bits are incredibly sharp. I'm very impressed with the drill bits. So yeah, it's not a cheap Amazon drill bit or anything. It's a really nice Japanese manufactured, Japanese engineered drill bit. So very sharp on that one. Yeah, these are great. This is really cool. I can't believe how easy. It's got so much torque. It doesn't struggle at all. Yeah, there we go. Right, I'm going to work and use this one a little bit, and then I will come back with the final thoughts in a little while. Maybe a couple of hours, maybe a day or two, and let you know what I think about the WowStick. But it's fantastic so far. So it's been a few days. This is really cool. It is very useful. It has got some drawbacks, but ultimately it is incredibly useful. It is really useful. Now, drawbacks are obviously going to be the drill size, so you can't go any larger than 2mm, which is really frustrating. The fact that the collet doesn't, it hasn't got kind of adjustable collets, so I'm used to with the Minicraft, or even like my Dremel. I've got a Dremel here, so the Dremel, for instance, has, if we just get that spinning, there we go. The Dremel has a nice wide collet which can take in all sorts of different sizes of drills, and the Minicraft one as well. This one is incredibly quick. The Minicraft one as well had a chuck, so it could fit all sorts of different variety of things. And the biggest downside to that for me is that I used to use, I use little dental burrs, and these were really useful for like converting and grinding out and taking off material which you don't need for models. And obviously this one now, it doesn't fit in the chuck, so it's, I mean, that's the biggest downside. However, for the 90% of work that you need to do with like up to 2mm size drill bits, it's so good. It's so convenient. I mean, this one, I don't know what size this one is, but whatever the second drill size is, you can just undo that collet, slide that in there. Whatever that drill size is, it's absolutely perfect for bolters. So the obvious one that everybody goes on about all the time is have you drilled your bolter barrels? Well, grab a WowStick and it drills incredibly easily. It's so convenient. The size of it is really useful. If I do need to have a larger hole drilled, then I'll use this as like a pilot hole, and then all I'll do is get one of my little, see, this is what I thought it would be, like the collet on the end. I thought it would be one of these that you get in the little pin vices. So you get an adjustable, swappable collet system with a pin vise. You just turn it around and you have a larger collet or a smaller collet. I know that's going to be slightly more awkward to manufacture and engineer into a little pen drill, but the fact that you can then have all sorts of different sizes of drills fit into the drill bit is a huge bonus. However, all I'm going to do, I'll drill a pilot hole with this, and then I'll grab my pin vise and open it up. So yes, for 90% of the work that you do on like modelling, it would be that Warhammer, be that scale modelling with railways or tanks, aeroplanes, cars, and things like that, it's going to be amazing. It's really useful. and it's just an extra tool. Like you're never going to find. Having said that, I did really like my Minicraft drill. I was going to say you're never going to find a drill that a tool that kind of does everything. My little Minicraft drill was amazing. I wish it hadn't broken. I'm not quite sure what has happened to it, but like, there's no power going to it. The benefit of that as well is that you could take the speed up and down as well. The fact that this is quite slow is actually brilliant. It's really, really good. So it's not burning and melting the plastic when you're drilling. And the torque of it is absolutely outrageous. Like you can put a lot of pressure on, so you can make sure you're not going to slip or spin or anything like that. You can add some good pressure onto the material as you're drilling. And yes, it is great. The wobble is, I'll just show you the wobble again. Just loosen the collet. So the wobble is rather annoying. I thought I could get around it. What I did was I added a little O-ring to the top of the collet here, to the top of the chuck, just to see if that would level it out. Unfortunately it didn't, because then it didn't tighten down on the collet, on the brass collet on the inside, so it didn't actually hold and tighten down and hold the drill, which was a bit of a shame. So I can't see a way of stopping the wobble. I'm sure that is varied for everybody who gets one, so maybe you'll get one that doesn't wobble, maybe you'll get one that does wobble. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, ultimately it's brilliant. Ultimately it's absolutely brilliant. It's just so convenient for the little things that you do, and then when you want to use, when you do need a larger hole drilled, then you can use this as a very, very quick pilot drill, and then just open it up with something else. I mean, a little pin vise like this will only go to 3mm anyway, so it's the same with my the Minicraft. The Minicraft drill only went to 3mm anyway. The chuck only opened up to 3mm, so you could only drill a 3mm hole. So like you're missing a millimeter of hole. Like, how many times did I actually use a 3mm hole? Don't think it was that often. Maybe if you're drilling and pinning like a Titan, you might want to do something slightly larger. But then if you're going to pin and drill a Titan, you're not going to want to use these. You're going to be using something much more substantial, like a Dremel. But yeah, fantastic. It's really, really good. I've not found any build quality problems with it. It's really, really comfortable to use. Even the only issue, one of the issues that I spotted as well, because we've gone through some of them. One of the things that I'm it's not like I'm not a big fan of it, but it's the button anyway. So if it was an on-off button, so you pressed it and then it was on, rather than having to hold it to keep it on, that would be even better, because when you're drilling, you've got to have like your fine motor skills to make sure that you are in the right place. If you are holding down on the button as well, it's just taking some of those motor skills away. But I mean, it's not like it was a problem. You still bang on accuracy all the time. It's just one of those multitasking things. I don't know, but yeah, it's just using an extra muscle when you don't really need to, if it was an on-off button. But yeah, fantastic, really, really good, really happy I've got it. Do I recommend getting one? Yeah. Do I recommend it for the price? I don't know. I've not tried any of the cheaper ones, so I don't know. For the price, maybe it's a little bit expensive for what it is and for what it does. The cheaper ones might be better in terms of price and quality. I would still probably recommend getting something of a branded name like this, rather than like a quick Amazon knockoff sort of thing. But yeah, it is really, really good. I would like to try one of the cheap, like £20 ones, just so that I can give a feedback representative comparison. But ultimately, this is great and I love it. It's great. I love it. I use it a lot, and it's been very, very useful. There aren't any, and I did look, there aren't any accessories for it yet. I think WowStick are a bit more of a screwdriver from what I can get. They're a bit more of a screwdriver, USB screwdriver company than a drill company. But hopefully I think they're relatively new, so hopefully there will be some new stuff that comes out for it. Yeah, keep your eye out and see if we can get some larger collets and something, even if it's just a little bit larger, so that I can use my dental burrs to help with my converting again. Anyway, I hope that was useful. Please drop in to my Twitch channel or leave a comment down below if you've got any questions. It's twitch.tv/Chris Frossin. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter under the same name, and Facebook as well, and everything like that. So yeah, thank you very much, everybody. Hope you enjoyed watching this, and let me know if you get one yourself and how you get on with it. Take care, everybody. Have a great evening and safe hobbying. Take care. Bye bye.